How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be doing a full unboxing and quick test of the Govee floor lamp. I personally have quite a few Govee products at this point, including the lights above me, the lights on my TV, and even some lights outside. And I will say their app is amazing, and you guys could actually connect everything together and create these really cool environments with all of your Govee lights. So that's why I got this, and let's go ahead and start unpackaging the Govee floor lamp. So I'm just gonna start unpackaging this here. Honestly, I have no idea what's in this bag yet, but we'll find out soon. We have some paperwork there, and then it looks like all the fun stuff's gonna be on the bottom here. It does appear that we have a very heavy base, which is good. I was kind of worried that it was going to be top heavy, but this base seems like it's like pure metal basically. It's very heavy, and I think it's gonna be a very sturdy base. Now we also have some accessories in this box, and it appears that this box is empty now. So let's go ahead and see what's inside of this box. So inside of the smaller box, we get some accessories here. I assume this is gonna be how we actually attach all of the rods to make this a taller lamp. We get a screwdriver, some tiny screws, then of course the power adapter that goes straight into here. And on the actual floor lamp side here, we have 3M tape right there so we could adhere this to a wall or basically any object nearby. And then you guys have a manual power button right there. So just in case you guys don't want to mess around with the app to turn it off at night, you guys could do that. Or you guys could just hook it up to your virtual assistant, whatever you guys think is best for you. Of course, we have all our user manuals, the quick start guides, all that fun stuff. And then I assume this is going to be the actual light, and I think I'm right. So we have like a silicone outside with the light on the inside. And I think we're going to attach this to these metal rods here that come in the styrofoam. And I got the black version, and it looks like we have like a matte black finish on the outside. It's not shiny, and I personally like that. So we're gonna go ahead and start assembling this. All right, so let's do this together. It looks like we're gonna be putting together quite a few components here. So I removed the piece of plastic down here first. I think it's gonna be easier that way, because if you guys have a really long tower here of these metal bars, it's just gonna be more difficult. So we're gonna slide one on. We're gonna open up this package of screws, and we're gonna put 2 screws in this bracket, and then we're gonna keep moving our way up and using more of these. So real fast, I do wanna mention that I noticed that there's some thread locker on these screws already, which I'm very surprised about. That is a really nice touch, and basically what that'll do is it'll make it harder for these screws to kind of back out over time as it gets moved around. Because as we all know, sometimes screws just kind of loosen up over time. If you guys have Loctite on them, it really helps to avoid that. And it's still possible to undo the screw later. It just helps it stay in place longer. So we just got the first one on. Now we're gonna take one of these metal brackets here, and we're going to slide it through here and do another black metal rod on top of that. Now we're gonna have to hold this kind of on the inside. I'm gonna put my thumb inside of there just to hold it up in place. And I'm gonna make sure I have it centered. And now I can see through exactly where I need to stick that screw. So we're gonna go ahead and stick a screw straight through there so it holds itself. I'm gonna start on the bottom, and then from there, I should be less worried about holding things together. So from here, it's gonna be the same exact process for these two. All we're gonna do is we're going to put one of these metal brackets in here. We're going to slide this on top. Looks like I'm running out of room with my lamp up there, but you'll do that, and then you'll screw in that metal bracket. So just to give you a better look, the bracket's gonna be right there. There's gonna be a total of 4 screws now that you guys need to put in there. Then you'll just repeat the same thing for the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and record a time lapse instead for this part because it is taking a moment here. It takes a little bit of work to do this by yourself, but it is possible. All right, and so about 5 minutes later, we got the entire base put together. And I do want to mention they did give us an extra few screws, just in case you guys lose any of these really small screws. So from there, we're gonna take the actual light strip out, And we're gonna just go ahead and remove this piece. This sticker here is just reminding us to look at the quick start guide, which I'm obviously looking at right now. So there is a tiny plug on the base. We're gonna go ahead and pair these up. It is a very small plug, but you guys should be able to see which side it needs to go in. So what I'm doing here is I'm using my fingernail to kind of get a grip on it, because like I was saying, this is a very small plug, but we're going to start. I'm gonna try and move this in a way that you guys could see it a little better. We're gonna start pushing this plastic piece in on this side. So we're going to kind of push that wire back because we want the white or this clear part of the base at the very bottom. So we're just gonna kind of work it until everything is snug, just like that. I'm just gonna push it down and get a few inches started down there. And then I'm gonna set it down on the table and start on the very top. So just make sure that the wire here is not twisted. And now we're going to push this in on the top and then push it all the way up. So then from there, we're going to start at the center and then kind of like work our ways in thirds. So start at the center here, get it pinched in, and then we're going to expand. We're gonna keep pressing in about to there. And now we're gonna make sure that over here is in and over here. And now we're gonna do the rest. This is not a wire to cut. This is something that you just need to mess around with until you guys get it to fit in all the way. If you guys have extra length on the top, do not cut it because it could actually mess up these lights. Whereas some of the other RGBs, you guys could do that, but we have this really fancy like silicone strip here that kind of distributes the lights and you don't want to cut it. So just like that, we got it installed and it matches the same roundness that all the metal has. And it looks really clean. I don't see any bumps. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and find a darker room and plug this in and go through a bunch of the settings and have some fun with this. All right guys, so I just got this set up and I do wanna show you how easy it is to connect it to the Govee app. So basically from here, once you install the Govee app and make an account, you guys will simply click the plus. And for the most part, every time I've added one of these Govee supplies or accessories, they will pop up right here as soon as you plug them in. I did go ahead and pair this light bar to this phone, and I just quickly wanted to show you guys what this light bar is capable of. So we're gonna go to scene, and we're gonna go mess around with a few fun lighting effects here. This is Christmas, and then here we have Mother's Day with like a pink and a red, and we're gonna go ahead and do Father's Day as well. There's a camera icon there, but here we go. That's Father's Day. We have like a blue and then like a light blue. Then we have the carnival, we have a bunch of mixed colors, and just something to keep in mind is that the light bar does not all stay the same color. Every single light on the light bar can be changed. So that's how we have this like colorful effect here. This is party, and then we have birthday. This is one of my go-tos. It's more of like a rotating between all the colors, and it's a lot of fun. And then we have like a Valentine's Day style color here. I also really like the life ones. So this is like candy. We have technology, night light. I personally use this one on different lights. It's like a very, very light color. And it's also not super bright. Unlike this. This is super bright and it's really nice for the mornings. And there's just so many different settings here. We even have a study setting. Let's see if I can click that. So that's what study is. It's a very just normal light. It's not like a lot of movement. And then we have the movie, which seems to be fading between like dark blue, light blue, purple, and it seems like just those colors. So very similar to our Father's Day color there actually. Let's go to Dreamland. Let's try that. That one looks pretty cool. We just have a bunch of like kind of futuristic-y colors there. We have a Dreamlike, which is a pretty cool one. And this one I've not tried before. It's called Profound, and it looks like it has a bunch of different colors. Let's see if we can find something else here. This one is called Spice. That one looks pretty cool too. And as you guys can see, this small light bar is basically illuminating my entire hallway here. So I'm very impressed here. And I do want to give you guys just a closer look at what the machine looks like on the normal shooting mode on my phone here, where it's not like fisheyed. But this thing is super bright, super detailed, and also surprisingly tall. I do want to mention that we do get a music mode here, and if I talk, as I talk, it kind of changes. So you guys should be able to see some of these settings here. They're pretty bright, but hopefully it's not too bright for you guys. I just want to show off the settings before ending the review. So overall, this is a super cool lamp. There are so many settings here. Like, I could probably go over all of the settings for almost an hour with how many they have. And not to mention, there are completely DIY settings here where you could set things up yourself. So with that being said, that is basically it for the review of this Govee light bar.